Hello everybody and welcome to episode 23 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and sometimes other crafty things that I find myself doing. I am your host Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my two sons, and my little black cat. Good day, hi. Okay. You can find me on Instagram and Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co. on Ravelry as AM Gatti. There's also a group for this podcast on Ravelry where all the show notes will be. There's also an Ask Me Anything thread. All you have to do is search for the Little Black Cat Knits podcast. If you are not a Ravelry user, I do have a blog for this podcast. All you have to do is go to gattiyarn.com and there will be show notes there. I try my hardest to find Ravelry alternatives for the patterns I talk about, to post links to them on the blog if you are not a Ravelry user. I think that's it, right? No, I'm the owner and dyer behind Gatti Yarn Co. I feel like I always forget to mention that, and it's like probably not a good thing. But yeah, my hair is a mess. Once again this week, guys, I'm a day late filming. It's just, whew. So it is Tuesday, May 18th. I am currently filming while Paul's napping again because yesterday, once again, the day just got away from me. I don't know what keeps happening. But this is probably going to be another short episode. I only have 3 whips to talk about, one of which is a half-finished object. I have no fully finished objects, and I have a couple acquisitions and like a smidge in like life stuff. So it's probably going to be another short episode, but I think that's okay. And I think you guys will agree with me on that. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? I'm an hour behind on my water intake. No bueno. I'm actually going to show the half finished object last, just because then it'll transition nicely into acquisitions. So, living in this Captain America bag. Oh no, wait. This is the half finished object, so actually no. Take that back. Take that back. Living in this Horror Villains bag from Lila Styles is my Spindrift shawl by Helen Stewart, also known as Curious Handmade. And this, I am working on this shawl as a shop sample for my colorway Daughter of Athena. And here's where we were last week. Only a couple rows, nothing too crazy. But yes, this is Daughter of Athena. And I'm obsessed. I'm knitting this on US size 6 4mm needles, which is what is called for in the pattern. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about this. I've haven't really been getting much work done on it because I guess we'll go into that in life stuff. But haven't really been using the iPad. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about it during life stuff. So that is that. Yeah, I've really been focusing on shop sample knitting, so I do apologize. Don't fall over, don't fall over. I fell over. Okay, anyway, moving right along. Living in this bag I made myself are just some vanilla socks that I am knitting up in my colorway Pumpkin Pasties. And this has gotten the most work because I've just needed like easy vanilla knitting. Like not even having to worry about like changing colors for heels and toes, like just. So as you can see, guys, we are onto the foot. I've got about, I'm halfway done with the foot actually. Halfway to the toe, I should say. But I finished the leg, I finished the heel flap and gusset. And yeah, and this, like I said, is my colorway Pumpkin Pasties. And I'm knitting these Magic Loop US size 1 2.25mm Chiaogu red lace 32-inch needles. And I'm starting to realize, because I'm working on the next object that I'm going to show you, I'm working on them on 9-inch circulars, And I used to think that 9-inch circulars was my favorite way to knit socks. I'm starting to think Magic Loop might be my new favorite way to knit socks, guys. Because, I don't know, I feel like it just goes faster. I don't know. I don't know. I have so many 9-inch circular needles, though. It's, like, absurd. Maybe I should just buy more longer ones for Magic Loop. But anywho, living in this Captain America bag from Silvershed USA is my half-finished object, my Iron Man socks. So we have one done, and I am on, I think I've got 10 rounds done so far on the leg of the second sock. I'm naming this out of Lady Pearl Designs. It's a sock set. The main colorway is I Love You 3000, and the heels and toes is Arc Reactor, all inspired by Iron Man. And like I said, I'm knitting these on 9-inch circulars, US size 1, 2.25mm needles. But, yeah, so hopefully that will be, the second sock will move pretty quickly. Now, this transitions perfectly into acquisitions because, guys, as we all know, if you've watched me for a while, I constantly complain about how I don't have sock blockers. Well, guess who finally bought some? They're super cool, Harry Potter. I'm like obsessed. I got them mainly because I'm going to need them to take pictures of shop samples. So, but anyway, these are from A Needle Runs Through It on Etsy. How awesome are these? I'm obsessed. I got the size medium, which says it fits to women's 7.5 to 9, and I am an 8, so I kind of figure I'm right in between there, so this should be fine. And she also sent a little stitch marker with it. It says all you knit is love. I love that. I have a tattoo on my foot that says all you need is love, so that's kind of perfect. But yeah, so let's test these bad boys out. I have never in my life put a sock on a sock blocker, so let's go for it. Let's see. Oh man. Okay. I feel like it's gonna like give me like I'm gonna need like a learning curve here. Let me put my bag down. I've seen people do this 1,000 times, but I have never done it, so. Well, that was easy. I don't know why I didn't think it would be, but. Hey, look at that! Am I professional yet, guys? So, now you can really see how beautiful my Iron Man socks are. So like I said, this is I Love You 3000, and this is Arc Reactor, and this is Lady Pearl Designs. I don't know if she has any more of these in her shop or not, but, and as you can see, I've got my markers for marking the foot and the legs. I'm so mad at myself for not buying sock blockers earlier. Guys, what the heck? Anyway, let's pop this back in its bag and move right along with acquisitions, and then we'll jump into life stuff. Let's see. Okay, so my next acquisition is this beautiful bag from Lila Styles. It's Hocus Pocus, guys. We all know how I feel about Halloween and Hocus Pocus. And the inside is just black polka dots. And I love the little zipper pull. It's a little cauldron. Come on. I just was like going through my stuff the other day, and I was like, I really just don't have a lot of project bags. And I think it's because like when I first started like knitting and crocheting, I was just using like giant like reusable bags. Like you've seen them on previous podcasts, you know, like I have like the big Spider-Man one, and I have a Supernatural one, and I have like all of those, and like I just use those all the time because I was always making like blankets or like sweaters using like large skeins of, you know, like this kind of like big box yarn where it's like it doesn't really fit in a regular project bag. But now that my hand-dyed stash is growing, I'm like, I need more project bags. And Keith is like, okay, you're cut off from spending for the rest of the month. I said, that's fair. But yes, look how beautiful this is. She always has the like best fabrics. Like I have no idea where she gets them from. But they're amazing. So yeah, this is from Lila Styles. And then I had one more thing in acquisitions. How am I doing on time? I have to eat lunch still. Whew. All right, I'm doing good. Okay. The last thing I got from Wallflower Gal Fibers is this beautiful skein of yarn, and the colorway is Fields of Hyrule. It's on her Hardy sock base, fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 415 yards. I ordered this because Keith's favorite anything really, is Legend of Zelda. And I had this sitting in my favorites, it's so squishy, on Etsy for like a while. And I finally said to myself, I was like, you know what? I haven't knit Keith a pair of socks in a while because I've been working on like shop samples and I've just been working on like so much crap. That I was like, you know what? Next time I finish, either when the Iron Man socks are done or when the shop sample socks are done, I'm going to cast Keith on a new pair of socks. And I was like, you know what? He loves Legend of Zelda. This has been sitting in my favorites forever, so I ordered it. And what's great is Keith likes shorty socks. Like, he does not like a long leg at all. Like, usually, like, I'll knit, like, pretty much just the cuff and maybe, like, a round or two before I do the heel for him, because he just, like, he's a short socks kind of guy. So what's great about that is I'll have plenty of yarn left over, and Bruce said he wants matching Link socks. That's what he calls Zelda. He calls it Link. So I am in search of a good, like, kids sock pattern. Like, not so much sock pattern because I would just knit him vanilla socks. I need more, like, numbers. Like, how many stitches should I cast on for a kid, basically? You know what I mean? Like, I have his foot measurement and everything written down, so it's really just a matter of, I just need numbers, essentially. So if you guys, any of you guys know any good, like, sock recipes for kids, or even sock patterns for kids, leave them in the comments below, please, please, because I am on the hunt. And yeah, so that pretty much covers it as far as crafty content goes. I'm gonna jump into life stuff now. Well, like I said last week, I got my new tattoo. You know, it'd probably be easier if I stood up and did this. Like, can you see it? Does that work better? I feel like it's like, I can't, like, there we go. Hopefully that worked. So yeah, last week Katie and I went and got our tattoos. She has a moon, I have a sun. And then she moved yesterday down to Florida, and I miss her a lot already. But she was over Saturday night. We had a bonfire. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, Sunday, I'm trying to think what it was like, because like the week is pretty much boring. Like, we do the same stuff every week essentially, but I'm trying to think, what did we do this weekend? Sunday, I feel like we did stuff Sunday. What did we do Sunday? Genuinely can't remember. Oh no, I lied. We went for a drive and we went to this local like produce stand that also sells like flowers and stuff, and picked up some new flowers for the flower pots by the front door, because for whatever reason the other ones were just like dying. I mean, no sense. Anyway, so we did that, and then yesterday, like I said, the day got away from me. So what did we do yesterday? We went to Home Depot to buy sunflower seeds, because I planted sunflowers yesterday. Where else did we go? I feel like we did like a lot yesterday. We went to Dunkin' Donuts, but that's just like a usual Monday thing. There's somewhere else we went yesterday. Oh, Staples. I'm always at Staples now. Ever since I opened the Etsy shop, I feel like I'm at Staples once a week. It's out of control. And then we went for a walk around town, which was nice. And then we met up with, oh no, then we went to the Apple store. So we made the decision to trade in our iMac, like our big desktop, and then get an external hard drive and share the laptop, because our desktop is like old as heck and it was running slow as molasses, but I could never use it because Paul running around the living room, like the keyboard and the mouse were constantly hidden in the drawer, and he kept like turning the monitor on and off, like, so it was, so we made the decision to trade it in. So we traded it in. We only got like $30 for it, which blew my mind, because when I looked it up online, it said it was going to be like $150, and I was like, but it wasn't. And then we were also going to trade in my old iPad, which they said couldn't be traded in, could only be recycled. So it still works. So Keith's getting the iPad, and then we bought me a brand new iPad, which will be here in like a week or two. Which is great because I need a bigger screen for Knit Companion, because the iPad I have now, I think it's like an old iPad mini, because the screen is small. And constantly zooming, you know, but that should be here in a week or two. And so I hadn't really been doing much knitting because I wrote down in my notes on my phone exactly what all of the Knit Companion patterns, like where I left off, what page I'm on, like what my row counter said, what they're for, blah blah blah. So because I'm paranoid that if when I download Knit Companion on the new iPad, that even when I log in, like it's not going to be where I left off on my patterns. So I haven't knit anything besides vanilla socks because I didn't want to mess with the patterns. So that's why we have a pretty light week this week. As far as stuff goes. But other than that, it's just a typical Tuesday. Paul's napping. And who knows if he's actually sleeping, but he's napping. It's going to be 80 degrees today, so we're going to walk to pick Bruce up from school later. And it's laundry day. If you could see my bed right now, it's just covered in piles of clothes that need to be put away. But I'm one of those people who, like, I do my laundry and I fold all the clothes and I put them in piles on the bed and then, like, put them all away at the end. And I purposely put the piles on the bed because it forces me to put them away before I go to bed at night. So that will stay there. But, yeah, I think that just about covers everything. I don't really have much else to talk about. That's pretty much everything. So I think now I will try to catch up on my water intake, put the new purchases away, and go make some lunch and sit and knit. And maybe watch a movie. Or catch up on some podcasts or something, but I'll figure something out. But anywho, thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It spreads it out to the YouTube land and more people can find me. If you like hanging out with me, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know exactly when I will be uploading a video, don't forget to hit the little bell and that will notify you anytime I upload. And yeah, I think that just about covers it. So I will see you guys in the next one. Happy knitting! Bye!